So have you heard of ramen? Ramen noodles, you ever heard of that before? If you're like a lot of my clients, you've been looking at what's going on with inflation and looking at your retirement and wondering, how are you gonna make it? When I say how you're gonna make it, I don't mean how you're gonna make ramen, because if you can't make ramen, you need to watch some other videos, okay? And I'm not the guy to teach you how to do that, but here's it is that, doesn't it feel like lately $1 billion is like the new $1 million? In this video, I'm gonna answer the question, can I live on $4,000 a month in retirement? And show you exactly how you can calculate what you need in this new environment to calculate your retirement needs. So option number one, if you wanna be able to live on $4,000 a month today, my recommendation is eat ramen and then die. Because seriously, who can live on $4,000 a month right now? Now, I know someone's gonna watch this, they're gonna put in the comments like, Chris, I live on $3,000 a month and I don't need you. Well, the truth is you're probably not married either, and that's why you're not married, because you really, you can't afford to go beyond $3,000 or $4,000 a month. But right now, nowadays, $4,000 is not much. I lived on $4,000 a month about 20 years ago, and I thought that was a comfortable life with a very young family. But in today's day, $4,000 is nothing. It's practically poverty level. So you could do what most people do with retirement, and they get to the point where they haven't saved enough, and they literally have to hope and pray they get enough Social Security from the government to bail them out so that they can essentially survive and then die. And I get it, understand, I've eaten a lot of ramen in my life, okay? I even ate a lot of potatoes. I've been in a place where I was over $1 million in debt, in the hole, $16,000 a month. I've been in places where I've had to be cheap, and even been in a place where I couldn't hardly afford to feed my family, all right? So don't think I'm coming at you all judgy, trying to, tell you that your life sucks and that you're just gonna eat ramen and die, right? I'm just telling you that's an option, and it's just not a very good option. But if you wanna go for it, that is something you can do. Hopefully these latter two options will be better for you, and I'm just gonna help spell them out. But I get it, inflation sucks. It's hard to do, and even $1 million nowadays, $1 million isn't really anything. I remember growing up as a kid, we would watch TV shows, and this is dating me, of course. For those of you that are old enough, you might remember them. Shows like Mr. Belvedere, where he was like a live-in keeper and stuff. And I remember Who's the Boss with Tony Danza. Like shows like that where someone lived in this nice home in Connecticut, and they could afford to hire somebody to live in their house and cook and clean and do all that stuff. Heck, I remember watching Annie, whether you watch the 1970s version or 80s version or the 2000s version, watching Annie thinking, man, it'd be awesome to be Daddy Warbucks, right? And oh, you're a millionaire. Whoa, that's amazing. Well, now a millionaire, does that mean anything? My wife and I, when we finally got to millionaire status, we thought, wasn't this the point that we were supposed to get a live-in butler? Like somebody to help, with a little towel draped over their arm? Isn't this the time to do it? No, it's not even close. Now $1 million means nothing. And that kind of leads me to my second point, is that if you want to do it with your retirement accounts, you want $4,000 a month, you've got to save $1.6 million. Now, why do I say 1.6 million? Is because is that $4,000 a month is just shy of $50,000 a year. Now, a lot of people will tell you that you're supposed to live on the 4% rule, right? That 4% of whatever you save, you can then save that. You can live off that for the rest of your life, and it shouldn't run out of money. However, they have done studies, and I even saw this 15, 20 years ago when I was a financial advisor. There's studies that come out, even with the Wall Street Journal, that said, nuh-uh, not so true. It should be no more than 3%. So 3% of 1.6 million, what does that get you? 4,800 or 48,000 a year. That's $4,000 a month. That means you got to save $1.6 million in your retirement account. That is no easy feat. That would take you a lot of years, a lot of work, and it also requires the stock market to smile on you just the right way. And I'm telling you, right now, it's not easy, because the average 65-year-old right now has just a little over 300,000 in their 401k. 300,000. If you live on 3%, that's less than 10,000 a year. That's not even $1,000 a month, and you want to get to 4,000 a month? Now, it doesn't mean that these people weren't saving. It just means that different things set them back. It could be life gets in the way. That life could lead you to eat ramen and die, right? Because all of a sudden your money's going out to paying medical bills. It could just be the fact that you're just such a low pay, you barely have two nickels rubbed together because inflation's going up higher than your wages are. And I get that, life sucks that way. But there's a lot of people that have been living very well. They've saved a lot in their retirement accounts, but like what happened to my dad, right around Y2K, around the year 2000, the market tanked and hit his account big time. Especially those tech stocks kind of kicked his butt. Then, soon after that, when he's starting to think he's gonna recover, the Great Recession hits and he loses even more. It takes him 15 years to get back to where he was in the year 2000. That's horrible. You don't want to be in that place. And all the retirement advisors, all the financial advisors will tell you, yes, you can make it. You just save this much per month and you'll get there. The truth is it's going to be a lot more than you think. You're probably going to have to save roughly about $30,000 to $40,000 a year in hopes to live on that $48,000 a year. So that's not the best option, but it's better than just eating ramen, isn't it? Worst case, you end up eating ramen in retirement. Number 3, this is the one that my clients have come to me for because they did, number 2, they did try to save in the retirement accounts. They realized it wasn't working after several years. They got the clue and they said, I'm not gonna do this anymore because my financial advisor, we need to fire him, right? So what'd they do? They said, what are the alternatives, Chris? What else can we do? That's where you looked at like real estate, and different types of alternative investments in that arena. Here's the good news, is you have to save much, much less. In fact, if you made only 10% on our deals, our minimum deal we like to make money in is about a 10% rate of return. That's passive income coming in. So what do you need if you want to live on $48,000 a year or $4,000 a month? You need about $480,000. That's it. Not 1.6 million, not a lifetime supply of ramen, about $400,000 to $500,000. That's all you need. Much, much less, much easier to attain. And let's be honest, at least we don't have to worry about all the stupid market swings because, we have a president that tweets something and people freak out and then you lose, several $1,000s in your account because something weird happens or because, Elon Musk tweets something as well and then all of a sudden your account goes up or it goes down. Hey, it'd be nice not to have all that drama in your life. We have enough drama as is in this world. Do we really need more? Why not do something that actually is more certain and predictable? And so the choice is yours. The power is in your control. Right? You could just eat ramen and die. You could just save up money in retirement accounts. And by the way, if you want $4,000 per month in retirement and you're looking at retirement decades down the road, do you really think $4,000 a month is going to do anything? Because I thought $4,000 a month was awesome 15, 20 years ago. It's not anymore. Maybe you're not going to need $4,000 a month. Maybe you're going to need $14,000 a month. Can you imagine how much you'd have to save if you put it in crappy retirement accounts? Versus if you invest in other places with better returns, better ability to not have to deal with drama, it's much easier. All right, so let me give you an example of somebody who actually was able to invest just a few $100,000s in real estate and actually be able to retire. And not just retire to Bali. If you don't know where that is, it's an island much nicer than pretty much anywhere in the US, for that matter. But anyways, so here's what she did. So she was in her mid-50s. She was kind of burning out. She was done with trying to work so hard and hustle for her whole life. And maybe some of you already feel this way, no matter what age you're at. You're just tired of the hustle and the grind, and you're ready to start, just get to a place where your money can work harder for you. Well, she said, Chris, I've got about $300,000. What can I do with this? And our whole goal was, she's like, if I can at least have $3,000 a month coming in, I can go to Bali, retire there, live on $1,200 a month. That'll even allow me some budget to scuba dive and do some yoga classes, and I'll be fine. I'll be great. She's like, if I can just even leave the country for a year, that'd be awesome. So what did we do? We took that $300,000 and got her invested in things like buying real estate properties, ones that would pay her each and every month without her having to be the property manager. Because how would you like to have to be a property manager from halfway around the world? You wouldn't want to do it, right? You want freedom. You don't want those handcuffs on you. You don't want to be tied down. So she said, let's do that. She also invested in another fund that said, hey, we will pay you an even 10% per year. So between the real estate that was paying her 12, 13, 14% a year, plus earning 10% a year on this other fund, she had over $3,000 a month coming in. She said, Chris, that's it. I'm going to Bali. I'm doing it. Guess what? 5 years later, she's still there. And not just because of COVID, right? Not because of all that crap. She's still there because she wants to be. She loves it. And she'll come to the US and still visit because why? She's got more than enough money to live in Bali and still come back to visit family and live the life of her dreams. And she didn't have to wait till she was 70 years old in a wheelchair before she could try to wheel out in the sand and then she gets stuck and she's just spinning her wheels. She can't really go anywhere and has to have somebody help her out. No, she's active, she loves life, she's still young, and she can do that. So that's the thing, guys. Like, you can actually have the life of your dreams. You can either live on ramen or you can live in Bali. The choice is really up to you. Just to recap, I don't want you to eat ramen and die, okay? I don't want you living on ramen noodles or potatoes or whatever it needs to be, like you're living in a famine. I don't want you to get all skinny and shrivel up and die because that will shorten your lifespan if you do that. So at least you won't run out of money that quickly because you'll be dead. And I don't recommend that. I don't want you to die sooner. So you can do that, but I don't recommend it. You can save in your retirement accounts, but no, you're gonna have to work a lot harder, work a lot longer, and hope that you don't lose your money in a market you can't control. Or 3 is you can take control of your own money. You can do something that financial advisors don't offer you because they don't get paid a commission to tell you this stuff, things that have worked for millions of us already, and that's investing in alternative investments like real estate. And it's much less money you have to invest, and it's a lot easier. So the choice is yours. So I would love to hear what you're doing. Are you making $4,000 a month right now? If so, where are you making that money? So if you like this video, check out how to achieve financial independence and retire early right now.